The series constantly introduces new characters. It's all become about the Mishimas. And guys, I'm sick and tired of it. Luke is meant to represent a completely new generation. King's down and out, and his brother comes and rescues him. Now again, Tekken 4 is special to my heart. Eddie's storyline, guys, I want to know what happened. Man broke out of jail. The old man saved him. What on with that? What's going on? What's up, YouTube? Ozzy back with another one. Ex-Tekken event organizer, ex-Tekken veteran. And I want to be talking about the Mishima fatigue. And I want to openly say, I'm starting to hate the Mishimas now. I never thought I'd say this because after decades of games and amazing characters and phenomenal gameplay, there's one criticism that has been on my mind for a very long time. And that's the Mishima fatigue. For years, they've been the main story of the Tekken game. Everything's revolved around them. Jin, Kazuya, Heihachi, Jun. It's all been about them. And while those characters are iconic, many fans are starting to feel like the storyline is becoming a bit more the same. The storyline is not expanding. It's not going anywhere. It's just been focused on them. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important. Because compare that to Resident Evil. How they've introduced new characters and taken away old characters and brought them back. And to understand the discussion, we have to go back to the beginning. And this part gets me the most, man. King's down and out, and his brother comes and rescues him. I want to rewind that back. You know? He's like, remember who you are. He's a real G. Armor King is a real G. If you got a brother like Armor King around, who picks you up when you're down, that's why I love Armor King here. King is down and out. Maybe he's an alcoholic. We don't know what's happened. But his brother's like, yo, I'm here for you. What's up? This is beautiful. This is like, it's relatable to life. And then you've got like an Elon Musk here. Kazuya Mishima, who wants power, right? They brought in all the characters. And the story essentially has been around the family conflict with betrayal, revenge, power struggles, the devil gene. The Mishima story gave the series a strong identity. You can see the main protagonist. Again, the Tekken 3 intro, you see here, they've expanded here, right? You can see the expansion. Paul is a brawler, right? You're probably fighting for money. You got Forest Law here. You got martial law. Like, daddy, he's got his son's back. And you got King now, he's back on his feet, he's training. He's ready for that world championship. You got AK there. Like, this is amazing. Look, they've expanded here. Yeah, this is amazing. You got AK there. Like, yo, bro, I got your back. We all need a brother like AK. He's like, I'm ready for the championship. They introduced Ling Xiaoyu, right? I forgot her storyline, guys. I'll be honest. I know she fancies Jin. Then you got Nina here. She's in some genetic something going on. She's trying to reverse age. I don't know. Women like good skincare. And then Lei Wulong, probably on another case. This was sick. This reminded me of Predator. You could tell they've stolen that from Predator. Great intro. Okay, guys. So now Eddie's storyline is, for me, the most interesting. He's been put in jail. He escapes jail, right? And I don't know, Hwoarang's waiting outside. Probably that's not connected. They just showed Hwoarang. Okay, so Eddie's there. His master there, or whoever, an old man came and rescued, sacrificed himself for Eddie, right? He goes, Eddie, you can get away now. I sacrificed myself. Run, son. Whatever. Why hasn't this been expanded? For me, this is so interesting. I want to know Eddie's storyline. Why was he put in jail? And that old man busts him out. Maybe he comes back and tries to save the old man and the old man's dead. I don't know. Hwoarang's part I didn't get here. And then a brief glimpse of introduction of Jin. But guys, this here, Eddie's part is so... It reminds me of a film called Tango and Cash, where he escapes jail. Yeah, Hwoarang's part I don't get, but this part here, old man just sacrifices himself for Eddie. Now again, Tekken 4 is special to my heart. It's my favorite Tekken, right? And the storyline, this is where Namco nailed it. Storyline and gameplay. I don't care if the game was broken, it was phenomenal. It had just the right amount of characters. For me, this was the perfect Tekken game. If they release a Legacy Collection with online rollback netcode, best believe you ain't gonna see me on Tekken 8. Now, you look at this storyline, right? First time you're introduced to a boxer, you're like, yo, what's going on here? The music, the anticipation, the mise en scène. You're like, whoa, this guy's cold. But what's going on here? And then you see this buff thing here. You're like, yo, shorty, straight fire. I want to play this game. Then you find out she's been replaced. Then you find out this part. Okay, guys, this part here. First time seeing Murdoch. Have you guys seen The Longest Yard? When you watch The Longest Yard, it reminds me of the Great Khali part, where you see Great Khali just like this. Long hair, mysterious. You could tell they've taken a lot of stuff. But this part here is taken, honestly, from Terminator 2. It's inspired from Terminator 2. Do you know the end part? Yeah. This is all Terminator 2 inspired, guys. And then he's supposed to be the T-1000. Look how they brought Kazuya back. Gave him a break, developed other characters, and let's bring Kazuya back. This is crazy. This is phenomenal storyline here. The storytelling here. Oof, this punch. You know what? This gut punch he gives. Bang. You're doing 6 months in hospital with that, bro. Broken ribs and everything. This is cold. And then it goes back to the boxer. Like Steve. There's something special about Steve now. Yeah, this was the coldest. This was actually the beginning of the end. After they couldn't top this. After they got rid of the storytellers, the guy that pronounces everyone's voice was cold. The storyline was cold. Every single person had a storyline. Law storyline. Who saw that video of Law inspiring me? Law's storyline, Lei Wulong's betrayal, his missus leaves him for someone else. These are real life things that happen to people, that happen to everyday people. It was so relatable. And they completely went away from all of this to then go back to Tekken 5 to just continue the same shit. You know, Tekken 5 was the beginning of the end. You know, Tekken 5 opening is so amazing. But they made it all about Mishima. Let's go to the Tekken 5 one. It's still sick because it's still carrying on from Tekken 4. You're in that Mishima dojo. I don't know what's happened. But they're working as a team now. All the Jacks have entered, right? This is really amazing storytelling. It still continues. They put that in tag 2. Yeah, this part here, I remember they put that in tag 2. There's the betrayal. So the Jags explode. I think that's what I remember. And you see Raven at the end. And the introduction to Raven was so cold. Everyone in my ends were like, that's Blade. They put Blade in Tekken. Like, that's what we thought. And we love Blade. Like, if you're from the ends, you love Blade. Hiyachi Mishima is dead. I remember all of this. And now this is a problem where I have a problem. They should have ended this intro here and just left it. But then they start doing this. The singing starts happening. They fucked everything up. What is this, bro? K-pop. And everyone becomes a side character. Eddie. Okay, look, let's go back to Eddie. Eddie's storyline, guys. I want to know what happened. Man broke out of jail. The old man saved him. What going on with that? What's going on? I don't know. This was so bad for me. Everyone became a side character after this. And this is why I have a problem now. Because the game didn't evolve. and you compare it to Resident Evil. Now, I want to talk about Resident Evil. I just finished Resident Evil 9 and I was blown away as it hit every single emotion. Gameplay and storyline, 10 out of 10. And I don't hardly give games 10 out of 10. That game is a 10 out of 10. Now, when you look at this franchise, you see a very different approach, guys. The series constantly introduces new characters, new storylines, and new perspectives from the same universe. The games evolve, the stories expand, but more importantly, new heroes emerge and they bring them back together. This keeps the world fresh, and that's something us Tekken fans wish we can see more of. I want to see more of Eddie's storyline. I want to see more of Martial Law's storyline, Lei Wulong's storyline, King's storyline. How he got up from the dead. Literally, he was down and out, and his boy Armor King helped him, became a world champion. It's all become about the Mishimas, and guys, I'm sick and tired of it. Look at the first Resident Evil. It was about Chris, and then it was about Leon and Claire. Third one was about Jill. In Resident Evil 4, they brought back Leon, see his growth. 5 was about Chris and Wesker. 6, they brought everyone back. 7 was about Ethan. And then 9, they introduced a new character, Grace, and they brought back an old Leon. They brought back Kazuya for Tekken 4. Now, if they killed off Heihachi in that scene in Tekken 5, so you know what, Heihachi, we're going to give you a break. No, they still kept Heihachi in the game. And Tekken 6, I can't tell you what the storyline is. Jin becomes a commander. It becomes comical because in Tekken 6, I don't know what's going on. Tekken 7, I don't know. Tekken 8, I couldn't even be bothered. I saw the intro. Same singing, bird flying in. That's it. No, it's just focused on the Mishimas. And one of the most iconic things that Tekken actually has is one of his most unique rosters in fighting games. Dude, you got Bruce Lee, you got Jackie Chan, you got Paul, characters with completely different personalities. Why are you trying to get every juice out of the Mishimas? Is it because you're Japanese? Now, I want to tell you what Street Fighter has done. One of the biggest fighting games, if not the biggest fighting game, Street Fighter, they introduced a new character. They said, you know what, we want to move on from Ryu, Ken, and Bison, and we want to introduce this character, Luke. It doesn't mean I'm a fan of him, of what they done. They want to build storylines. And this is, Capcom are great at doing this because Luke is meant to represent a completely new generation of fighters. He's younger, louder, and much more connected to the modern culture. Instead of traditional martial arts, which is still there, which probably the main fans still love that and probably think, what is this? It's all about marketing and accessibility. There's always a practical reason behind why Capcom do this. They bring in new protagonists. And Street Fighter 6 was designed to bring in new players. And Luke's personality, apparently it fits that because it's doing well. He's probably energetic, expressive, just different from Ryu. Ryu's quiet, he's stoic. So from a marketing perspective, you could see they introduced more hip hop, graffiti. Another factor is that Street Fighter 6 takes place in a later timeline. So it's seen as passing the torch. Because if this doesn't work out, they can always bring in Ryu back. Now, what could Tekken do differently? Introduce new characters and not Reina. I think she's garbage. There's no appeal for me. So for me, they have to step away from the Mishima storyline because I don't want to play it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of that. The same old shit. Devil Gene, what the Mishima's Zaibatsu is boring now, guys. Let others take the center stage. This reminds me actually of the Tekken community, where commentators just want it all about themselves. Hey guys, look at me, it's all about me, and they never give someone else a chance till their ass gets fired. And honestly, it kind of sums up the Tekken world. So for me, I want someone else to get a chance. Build new heroes that represent a new generation, or build the characters that you have around you, what Resident Evil has done. I'm really curious about other people's storyline. I don't know. For me, Tekken has so much potential. The discussion isn't about moving from Mishimas. You can always bring them back. They're a huge part of the franchise identity, but not everyone plays them, right? Not everyone's interested in their storyline. Tekken remains one of the greatest fighting games ever. Even a legendary series needs to evolve. And if that story starts expanding beyond the Mishima conflict, we might see a new era of storytelling in the Tekken universe. The question is, are the fans ready to move on from the Mishima fatigue? Let me know in the comment, guys. If you like the video, smash the like button. And this is just my opinion, and that's what YouTube is, opinions. If you want to continue with my story, hit the subscribe button. Ozzy is out. Peace.